State of accounting fees today. I think many of you already know this. Lots of talk about pricing, undercharging, hourly versus value. Some people are actually charging too much and providing very little value. I can think of some national firms that might fit into that that I deal with on my family side. I get super frustrated with. I think they give very little value. They charge high rates, and they're not super responsive. So here's another one. Whether it's Intuit, Asia, Malaysia, Big Four, everyone's attacking basic, well, what we do as solo practitioners, whether you're a CPA, bookkeeper, enrolled agent, whatever. Yeah, we're out there doing the bookkeeping, HR, payroll, controller, CFO work, but lots of people are trying to attack that space. That's putting pressure on fees as well. So, and not setting up with the right structure, et cetera. Hold on. And not communicating well. We're in the cannabis space. You are generally speaking going to find a mess. I know you find messes at non-cannabis clients too, but these can often be super messy. I like to describe the typical mom and pop. I have a great example in my hometown of Bend, Oregon, a tiny little town. But you get client had one dispensary. Before you know it, they got three, and owns part of the farm. Even on before that, on day one, I think he had 12 legal entities because attorneys are saying, hey, set up all these entities to avoid tax or whatnot. So you're going to have lots of complexity. You may have consolidations and combinations and cost accounting and cleanup mess. So yeah, easily 5x more for a typical cannabis company. Won't always be the case, but they need great accounting and tax, and the good clients will pay for it as well. I talked to many clients about some people have no clients when they come to me. Some people have a full business, and some people have more than a full business. I've talked to people who've joined our program that have 100 clients paying $200 a month or something crazy. I'm like, that I can't even go down that rabbit hole. That is not going to be profitable. It's going to be a nightmare on your time. You don't want to do that as well. How many more clients would you need to make $1 million? So $1 million is a good revenue target for a lot of us, because for one, if you want to, I've had people within and without this program sell their practice, and generally speaking, you can get 1x revenue. In cannabis, I think you'll be able to get, and this could grow, you may be able to get 2 or 3x revenue, because a lot of the bigger firms want in quickly, and what better way than to buy your practice. We've had people approached in our community several times. So if you say you built over the next year and a half a $1 million practice and sold it for $3 million, that'd be an awfully quick way to get to $3 million, and you don't have to sell it all. Why not just keep growing as well? So I did this slide quite a while ago, but just looking at the math, yeah, you could have 84 clients paying you $1,000 a month or 12 grand a year. That to me would be a nightmare. I couldn't deal with that. I mean, I could, but I wouldn't want to. I want to stay a one-person firm if at all possible. But I could have 5 clients paying me 16 grand a month. That'll get me there, or even fewer. Maybe I've got one client paying me $500,000 a year because they're a $30 million company. That's still mom and pop. That could be 3 dispensaries in a farm, making $40-50 million and paying and even up to $1 million for all in accounting and tax, one client. So you don't need to grow 50 clients. You can actually do it with one client if you want to go there. And here's another thing: you could have a client that starts out at 8, 9, 10 grand a month, and that could grow to 20, 30 grand a month over 2-3 years, because these clients are growing rapidly. Market's humongous. These numbers are low. I think when we really project out, we're going to see markets like New York, Florida, and Texas. They could be $90 billion markets like California is all on their own someday. I mean, this is a very, very, very big market. It's growing rapidly. The IRS sees it. They're ramping up audits. They're ramping up staffing. They are coming after these companies. They know they can earn fees, and they also know that most of the tax returns are done wrong, because they did a big study about a year ago. So when we this relates to part of our program as well. When we go out and pitch to a cannabis CBD owner, we're going to make a world-class offer. Here are the things I've been a Big Four. I've worked with global companies. I was a 10-year CFO for $100 million company. I have founded a $100 million company to exit. I have been on my own for 11 years and served 10 to $50 million companies. I've got quite a background, but, and you know, I've served nonprofits. I've had my wife and I founded a nonprofit. My wife and I opened up a retail shop in Bend, Oregon. Doesn't matter, big, small, retail, cannabis, whatever. This is what I think business owners should want. At least my clients, this is what they want. All these bullets are based on bullet one, world-class accounting and tax. If you have, that is the requirement for the other four that business owners will usually agree with you they want: improved cash flow, lower taxes, world-class reporting, and peace of mind. That's what we're going to offer. So people in DOPE CFO are going to make that offer to a prospect. It's like, look, this is what we provide. We're not going to ask you what we need, what you need. This is what we do. If that's what you want and you want it in a world-class way, we will provide it. We're going to charge you an absolute arm and a leg to do it. We will only work remote and take it or leave it. Very assertive approach. It works great. Now, I talk on my Instagram channel a lot about building your ship. I could teach you how to make this world-class offer, and maybe you even hook a $250,000 a year client. That's going to mean nothing. If your ship is tiny, if you do not have the education and knowledge, the skills, the toolbox, the national network of resources and community, you're going to be out there in a rowboat, and you're not going to actually be able probably to deliver this. And so you probably will end up losing that client. You won't get referred to others. So if you're going to make a world-class offer, make sure you got a big ship. So don't try to catch a whale in a rowboat. That's a good thing to just remember. If you're going to catch a whale, get a big fat ship, get a big team on board, get lots of equipment, be ready for when you go out and find those whales. Not just, there are many marketing programs out there telling you, here, you should do digital advertising or social media, or write blogs, or do this, that, and the other, and you'll get a high paying client. It's all meaningless. If you don't have the right ship to start with, you're wasting your time. So these are my opinions, but I've been around for almost 30 years now. I've seen what works. I've done what doesn't work as well. So I think I've learned a lot, and hopefully I can share that with you. If you can deliver that value, meaning you got a big fat ship, then you can price high and you can make huge fees. But not only that, owners will absolutely love you, and they will refer you, and they will tell. I mean, Tammy's a good example. She's not a CPA. She basically doubled her salary when she got laid off in COVID. I think it was 14, 15 grand a month. And they came back to her, I think 6 months later, and told her she was making way too little. And I think it went up to 20 grand a month. So we want to deliver those value items. We don't want to put on our website, I'm a bookkeeper, accountant, and I do AR and AP and bank recs and financials. We want to communicate benefits and value, and that's going to tie right into our offer. And again, our entire program ties into that same thing. So our marketing begins with our delivery and product. So if we can have that ship in place and have good knowledge and skills behind it, we can deliver that value, and that's going to lead right into our marketing of how we do that. Now, many accounting professionals, including me at some point, wanted into the niche. There were no industry guides. There still aren't. Software is, you'll be dealing with all kinds of software. The tools and systems aren't in place. You can do what I did and create them yourself over several years, or you can join our program and get them. No gap guidance, no schools, even Google. You'll start searching and go down a rabbit hole and find all kinds of conflicting opinions. So you can waste. There's so many challenges in this niche. I don't even know where to start. Inventory is very small and valuable and easy to steal. Same with lots and lots of cash. Because of that, whether it's a financial audit, an IRS audit, it's going to be happening a lot. We have seed to sale software that's mandated by every state, MJ Freeway, BioTracker, Metric. Really crappy software. We still got to deal with it and use it. We're also going to have an accounting system that could be QuickBooks, Xero, Accounting Suite, Nav 365, Sage, Intact, on and on and on. We could have a POS system that's one of 100. We could have Greenbits or FlowLab. we've got to make these systems. We don't want to sink them even when they are sinkable, because that will lead to more headaches more often than not. So we're going to use our toolbox to help make this all work. Merchant services is another big issue and headache. Same for reporting. Even just to have your freaking cash account at the bank, your checking account, if you can find a cannabis bank, which we have many, which we can recommend as well. There are many cannabis banks, contrary to belief, but they have massive reporting requirements. They'll do almost a mini audit every single quarter, payroll issues, banking, insurance, you name it. There's lots. Many CEOs think they know what they want, but yeah, I don't fall into that trap anymore. I'm older and wiser, and I tell them they not only won't tell me what they want, I'll tell them what I'm going to provide and why I'm going to charge them so much to provide that. And by the way, I will never ask their opinion on accounting or tax. I'm going to do it the correct way. And most of them love me for it. And by the way, they can fire me anytime they want, but that's how I do it. We also collect our fees up front every month. They take the risk on me, not the other way around. Lots of missing guides, gap guidance, etc. Cleanup is a given. Complexity is a given. You'll have consolidations with one single company. I had a Hawaii client, and by the way, you can get clients anywhere. They had one operation in Oregon, some in Hawaii. They had, I think, 12 legal entities. They were pre-revenue for 2 years. They had part of it was consolidations. Another part of it was business combinations. And so we had to run standalone financials, consolidation financials, combinations, this and that. It was a lot. And so even though they were pre-revenue, I was charging them a ton of money because they were spending a ton of money, not just on me, but on build out facilities, equipment, inventory, etc. They're very well funded. So we can allow them to pay us as well. I tell business owners, we don't want to try to beat 280E. We actually want to do it correctly. 280E says a cannabis company is on Schedule 1, so they get no tax deductions or credits. And so they pay a big tax bill. And so lots of business owners want to beat it. That's not the way. We want business owners to focus on building their brand, their revenue, their growth. Valuations are right now and will be likely for quite some time based on that. And so if they can do that correctly, they can still hit a home run. Now, if they try to beat 280 and put all kinds of liabilities, I say sitting under their seat and bad accounting, they're not going to ever get to the exit because they're going to be tied up in due diligence.